wide awake for the last 3 days. Popping pills, it goes down for real. Don't stop, just keep rolling downhill. Crash the grind, can't stand, fall back. You're doing too much.
Any fucking way. Now that we got that nonsense out the way. Welcome back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the D.O.P Podcast. It's your number one and only EJ here with Flip, his beautiful wife. You would like to introduce her to the people?
Hello.
No? Alright, fine. Fuck all that.
You didn't hear she said hello.
No, I said, would you like to introduce her?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, so this is my beautiful wife, Ventress, right here. We've been married 15 and a half years and going strong. So, yeah, it's going down, though, right here. I'm letting you know. It's going down.
Oh,
Get
dang.
ready.
No, he did.
We'll see.
We got your back, girl.
Right.
And then fans of the show, oh God, I'm dying. Fans of the show, they know Miss Sade. They've seen her around.
Oh, you're right. Get some water.
Coronavirus. That shit is
Right.
real.
Corona.
All right, Cardi.
Got that row, not the row.
Keep it over there.
Hey, what's up, listeners? How you guys doing? We got the host from It's Frowned Upon online right now. We got Miss Ami. And, of course, myself, Sade.
So, the moment you've all been waiting for. We've been waiting all week for this.
Waiting all week.
This is Battle of the Sexes. So, Flip and the missus are sitting real close together right now. We're going to see how long that lasts as the episode goes on. We are waiting for a third male to help us out, but I think me and Flip have enough knowledge to be able to hold our own.
Are they underestimate us already?
Now,
I'm not underestimating anything,
No.
but I just know my capabilities. So I can only speak on
Let's say
mine.
yes.
Now be forewarned, the ladies from It's Frowned Upon. This is what they do the most that irritates the living fuck out of me. So,
Like a straight motherfucking hater on the line right now.
so
Shots fired. It's cool.
be warned.
It's all good.
Don't expect them to pull no punches and expect me to do a way more cussing than what I normally do on a typical episode, which is saying a lot because I don't cuss that much.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I try to limit it to like 20 or 30 episodes. That's not bad.
That's a lot.
The fact that he has to explain
That's
that.
not
You
bad.
cuss more than I do.
Right.
On here.
Right, but I've always cussed more than you.
Mhm.
You don't cuss when you chew your Marines out. I call them every name in the fucking book.
Yeah, you can't do that now.
Yep, there it is right there. So what's the next?
I be in EO complaints and shit.
Yeah, so what's the first topic?
What do y'all want to start with? Well, ladies first, right? We have to be gentlemen. That's what society says.
All right. Well, we had a listener that wrote us a few weeks ago, and the question was, can you have a best friend of the opposite sex when you're married or in a relationship? So if your best friend, EJ, is a female and you married, can you keep that best friend in your life?
He can't even keep it straight.
And what I mean by that,
That
if
depends. That
if the person you
depends.
with is telling you like, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you having, your homegirl as your best friend, I'm gonna need you to cut that off. Would you cut that person off, or you keep them and let your boo go? And I'm glad we got the married couple online, so they can definitely weigh in on this one.
So I can.
If I'm
gonna
married-
go first.
Oh,
Hold on.
you wanna go
EJ,
first?
Let me go first.
I got it though.
Uh-oh.
Okay, go ahead.
I done lived through this, right?
Uh-huh.
So am I.
She's shaking
So
her
am
head.
I.
She's like, mm-hmm.
I got a few friends, and I can tell you this. And this isn't, even if she wasn't sitting here, I say it the exact same way. It all depends on whether or not I fucked them or not before, or if I use them to lie on doing something, talking to somebody else.
And if you planned on fucking them before you got with your significant other.
That does play a role.
Because typically, if it's a female friend, you consider her your best friend, you've known her for a while. So the significant other typically comes into the picture after the fact. But based on those three things, we'll decide what we do. And
I think that if the friend can't become we friend, then she really ain't trying to be.
Then
his
she can't be we friend.
Right, and and I agree with that, but it's
about-
based on those three factors.
Basically think, I really want to, if she's like, okay, I really want your relationship to work and all this, and I do want to be your friend and I'm there for you, well, then you're my friend too.
Right, but
I'll give you a perfect
if we
example.
fucked her already, we're telling her she can't be around. It doesn't matter
I'm
if
gonna
she's
tell her
talking
she
that
can't.
way. That's what I'm saying.
You gonna tell her?
I'm
You
gonna
gonna
tell her,
tell her?
even if she's like,
Yeah,
I want
I'm
you
telling
guys
her
to
she
be
can't be
happy.
around.
So
I support you
exes
guys.
can't be friends.
No, I don't think so.
They
DJ,
can if you got a level of trust
Nah, fuck that.
in the relationship.
I'll tell you.
DJ,
You gotta have a level of
what is your
trust.
answer,
You gotta-
EJ?
Me and Shawty been friends for over 10 years. That's different.
How was that different?
Cause it's over 10 fucking. It's over a decade and a half. We've been to war together. We've been through shit together. We've been through life-changing events.
That's cool.
That
But now
brings
let's
you
say your
somewhere
significant
way.
other.
She gonna have to get the fuck over it.
Let's say your significant
She gonna
other
have to
say,
get the fuck over
is
it.
Sade as a best friend or me?
She gonna have
You
to
gonna
get the
walk
fuck
away?
over it. She gonna have to
But
get
you're
the
not
fuck
gonna
over
fucking
lose
it.
Sade anymore.
Right.
She gonna have to get the fuck over it. Me and Sade's relationship
I
has
don't
developed
think this is
into
bad on the
something.
sexist no more.
No, I'm just being honest.
We
They
just
don't agree.
we
Me
just
and-
separated the
Me and Sade,
The
two are
supposed to be on the same
Sade's
side.
relationship
No.
has
We haven't
transcended
separated
that.
it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he's just trying to
Because-
find out why.
I want to understand his logic because in my case, there are ex-girlfriends that I've had that I have spoken with, but we're not friends. Majority of them, like they're on my Facebook, but we don't talk. They can see my life, you know what I'm saying? But if one of them tried to slide in and try to be like that, me personally, I couldn't do it because I know it would cause problems with her.
Right, and I wouldn't do that either. But in the case of me and Sade, all of what we were in the past when we were younger, we've grown and developed a bond outside of that. Like, that's always going to be a part of our past, but that's not why we're friends to this day. It's not, oh, we're exes, so we're friends. No, we developed a friendship bond as well that's stronger
matter.
than that. That's
It
why
don't matter. It
I'm
makes it
not.
worse, actually. It
Yeah.
makes it worse. It makes it way worse. 'Cause
How?
now, when you have problems with your girl, you gonna call Sade. If I was the girl, I'd be pissed. Like, why you? No. Get rid of her.
No, well,
That's
hey,
what-
I'm gonna tell. See, that's the thing, though.
Look,
I second that.
I'm
motion.
look, no,
I'ma say this.
hold
I
on.
second her notion.
You females,
Thank you.
you should honestly, you want your dude talking to his best friend female before he talks to his niggas, because when he goes to his niggas with a female problem, we're like, yo, leave that bitch.
For real though.
Yes,
Facts.
yes, yes, we are.
Yes.
Yo,
So if I say if I hit EJ up and I'm like we keeping it 100. If I say EJ, man, my wife fucking pissing me off, all this shit, she done did this, and this, blase, blah, whatever. He gonna
leave
be
her
like,
ass.
what club we going to?
Leave her ass. Fuck it.
Damn.
We'll have
Don't
somebody
don't
that
deal
can
with
Men
that
and women are
stress.
different when it comes to this, because women
Women are
can
completely
be on
different.
the other person's side. But girl,
Did you talk to him and tell
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but
And
that's
try
why
to
I'm
figure
saying
out
you
how to
want
help
your man to talk
Yes,
to his
no,
best friend
let me say
female
this.
friend, because she gonna
No,
be like, she
mm-mm,
gonna explain it to him to make him
Let me-
understand where he
EJ,
fucked up.
EJ, I'm about to prove you wrong right now. I'm about to
Okay.
prove you wrong right
You
now.
not.
If you had a girl, right? You had a girl and she goes to her best friend, guy friend.
No,
You
see,
good with that?
see, you said best friend. I'm talking literal best friend. I'm talking no fucking. There's no sexual tension there. There's no
No.
sexual
So-
history.
so-
But
no.
she
I
had
said female
sexual
best
relations with him 10 years ago, but now he's her best friend.
Fuck no.
Oh,
I'm not-
Fuck no.
But that's
Hell
not what I'm
That's a
saying.
fuck
You know what?
I don't
Hold
go
on,
to
hold on.
Sade
Watch
for my.
this.
Fuck no.
Hold on.
Sade,
Wait, EJ,
how many
watch
times
this.
have I
Hold on,
come
hold
to
on.
you when I was married in the past? How
Hold
many
on.
times have I come to talk to you when I was
EJ,
married? I'll
EJ,
talk to
watch
Shawty if
this.
it's a side chick or
EJ,
some chick I'm
watch.
talking
you
to.
didn't
but
talk
not
to me
no
when you was
serious
there.
relationship.
EJ, look. Watch this. I'm about to shut that shit down right now. The whole reason why it's different for men than it is for women is because women grow attached with their feelings. And once a female is attached, then that's just what it is. So if she's down and out because she feels, oh, woe is me about me, and a nigga flip on her, now she's considered vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to justify if she does anything.
Y'all do the same thing?
No, because
Y'all
see, the thing is this.
emotional.
No, but see, the
Y'all
thing,
emotional.
no,
Y'all
but see,
more
the
emotional than we
the
are.
thing is this though.
No.
The thing is
Yes.
this: if we talk to
And
another
y'all
female,
use a substance in
right?
there to get rid
If
of the
we're
emotion,
not-
and
if-
then you
hold
blame it
on,
on the
hold
substance
on.
instead of the emotion.
No, but hold on.
There it
That's what I'm gonna do.
Wait, hold on. If we as men, no, hell no.
Put that wop on ya.
No. Fuck no. If a man is in love with a woman and wants to be with that woman, no matter what that girl says outside of whatever advice she may give, he's not paying attention to it. But if he's thinking about stepping out on her anyway, or he's a fuckboy and he's not really a man trying to take care of his business at home, then yes, everything y'all said is exactly true. But if you get an actual man who really loves you, he will only talk to that female in a friendly manner no matter what she says. Case in point, I was in the Marine Corps. Tony, rest his soul, if he was here, he would 100% vouch for this story. There's a chick. I had a crush on her. Her name was Brittany. But she told me that she had a man. I was like, all right, cool. This girl would take showers, walk around her room naked in front of me, have me put lotion on her naked body, and I never did anything to that girl outside of that. Because of the fact I was like, I'm not fucking you. And the other shit, I just didn't care. I didn't take it that way. We're coming home from the mall one day, and she tells Tony, she goes, why hasn't EJ tried to do anything with me? And Tony looked her dead in her face and said, because you told him you have a boyfriend. If you wanted him to do something with you, just tell him you don't have a boyfriend. As soon as she came to me and told me she had a boyfriend, I would smash fucking guts for the next 2-3 months.
That's you, because you are a gentleman. You are cordial.
What the hell?
You see the same one I see?
So, no. Listen. He picks and chooses who he gonna do those things with.
Oh, that makes sense. That
There are
makes
some
sense.
people that I would never cross the line with. Never, under any circumstance. And there are some people, if the opportunity presented itself, EJ would probably go for it.
And the difference is, that was a female I actually wanted to date, and the other females where I crossed that line with, I just want to fuck for an extended period of time and then leave. Unless the pussy's bad, and then I just want to fuck the one time and then leave.
Why does he sound like a fuckboy right now? He sounds so
I'm
bad.
being, because when I was younger, I was a fuckboy. Did I not say that? Did I not admit that multiple times in this podcast? When I was younger, I was a fuckboy. So that's why I sound like a fuckboy.
Like 2 months ago.
This is
2.5 months ago.
This is past tense. This is
2.5 months ago.
All right, cool.
But no, so like I said, females, y'all think with y'all emotions. Men, we think with our dicks. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie. But females think with their emotions. So now you get caught up in a situation, and y'all have this guy who's there for you, and you lean on him, and all of a sudden he goes in to kiss you. Y'all gonna kiss, and y'all might go a step further before you say, wait, I can't do this. Look at the movie. What's the movie with the latest creeper movie, stalker movie with what's the black dude named bald head dude?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
There's a movie, huh?
No.
No, it's
it's like the one based off the dude, the Ely dude, right? But they made another one that's kind of based off the same one.
Yeah, I can't remember the actor's name.
I know
but he played the dude that played in Juice.
Omar Epps.
Yes. Females are built different.
And Nia Long is in the movie.
But that's when we hear to find out how much different they are.
Basically, she started acting out on her emotions because she was all drawn out with her husband. He's there being cool. They were friends from college. Here it is, 18, 19 years later. And then all of a sudden she has a couple of drinks and she blurts out with him, and they damn near start fucking on the damn counter in the bathroom club. Then she tries to stop it, and now he starts stalking her.
That won't be a man unless it's a girl he hasn't smashed already. Because if we
Women
smash,
do that.
Wait, time out. So y'all
No,
make
we
it
have
seem like
enough
all right.
self-control to stop it. Y'all
Thank you.
just keep
So-
going and regret it in the morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And not only that, y'all make it seem like that's all women, right? Like all women are this way, and then only fuck boys
No.
do this. Like that's
No.
not
I'm
true.
saying all women think with their emotions. All men think with their dicks. Some control it better than others, but all women think emotionally.
And some women control it better than others.
Yes.
small few of you.
Can't say that.
Okay. Well, but some women control it better than others.
Small few of you. It's a small amount of
that's
you.
funny.
That's just what that is. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, man. It's just one of those things.
Come here, down.
You know, we just different. But
Females, we just different.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that was
like the homie Nelson
Guys' turn now.
like the
What's
homie
what's the
Nelson
topic?
like the homie Nelson from the chat said, females are built different. That's all.
They are.
We,
All right.
we
So,
feel like
so
y'all
what
feel
you
different.
got? What you got, EJ, for the women?
Drawing a blank right now, bro.
Your ass look like the mask.
I don't have my notebook. I gotta get up and find it.
You are unprepared.
I
Why
am
you
very
wait-
unprepared.
Exactly.
I am very unprepared because this is a very unprepared podcast.
Get it.
We come in and we
every
and
little
we
bit
wing
of
it.
that. I hate it. Get it together.
All right, now I got a fucking question.
Ooh.
Why women always feel they gotta change a man? Why y'all can't just let us be us?
He's so cute.
Oh, that's
Why?
adorable.
Why?
Because y'all suck without us. That's why.
That's a motherfucking lie.
Unprepared and shit, unprofessional and shit. Look at you right now. I bet you had a woman, she'd have had that book right there on your desk.
Probably, but you know what? I'm happy the way I am. At least I can admit it.
No.
I can admit I fucked up.
Mhm.
I was unprepared. Y'all act
Okay.
like that's the end of the world.
You happy the way you
So
are?
here's my thing on that. Y'all, women sit there, and don't get me wrong. There are times where she is my better half, and she does all the things that come in the clutch. But there are times that I got to carry that same fucking weight.
I agree.
A lot of times. So it works both ways in that situation
I agree.
of, you know, holding people accountable. There's times I got to motivate her ass just like she got to motivate me.
Right.
Shit, she
No.
just reminded me. I
So-
ain't cooked dinner at all this week. I'm like,
I agree.
Shit, she right.
I agree
gotta
with
cook.
that, right? But what he's saying is why we women I keep doing this because I
Feel-
don't feel like that's all of us. All we women try
Well,
to change a
if-
man, right?
Obviously, it's
First
not
of all,
it's
I'ma tell you
it's the
this.
women
As
who
a
fall into
woman,
that category.
I'm too old for that shit. I'm not changing you. If you fucked up, then I'm just gonna leave you fucked up. I'm not trying to change you. That's what it is.
Yeah, I see that as younger women trying to change men into who they want, their ideal of what they had in
let's-
their mind, what they
so
want their
let's
man to
let's
be.
speak
Like
to
us women
our,
that's in their 30s and up.
well, let's speak
know what
to
it
our,
is.
let's speak
We
to
got-
our young
we
listeners
together,
then,
we got
because
5 kids.
we have
We
young
understand that at a
listeners.
certain
Hold
point
on,
you get
hold on,
stuck
hold
in your
on.
ways.
Hold on. Listen, we got 5 kids. My wife knows I hate cooking with a passion. She knows I know how to cook, but I hate cooking with a passion.
I also
I
know that you
love
said that
cooking.
you would.
So
So did you lie?
guess what? No, I didn't lie, but guess
Oh,
what?
Okay.
Okay, we're in the middle of something. So we're sitting here, right? She reminded me, hey, you didn't cook this week. And I'm like, oh, shit, okay, right. I did say that I would, but
Because
just-
he had 3 weekdays off. 3. Now, Veterans Day.
2 of them,
he-
I was gone.
Veterans
Okay.
Day, I'm gonna give him a pass. You don't cook on Veterans Day. You are a veteran. I understand that. So Tuesday and Thursday,
Right.
what happened? And today
Well, Thursday,
and Monday.
Monday.
she knows what happened Thursday. We went to go see a friend Thursday.
That did not stop you from cooking dinner.
At 3 o'clock, I left
Okay.
here. What time, Juna? What time we left? No, we left at 4. We left at 4.
Look at her face.
Oh, 3 something. So he could be at practice.
See what y'all
So I'm
did?
supposed to start cooking dinner then?
You see what y'all did?
We didn't leave around like 4.
All right. So
4:35
We're talking
o'clock.
PM, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I
Please
should have
check.
made dinner at 4.
all right, I'm gonna let y'all finish y'all
Make some spaghetti real quick.
kerfuffle later.
Wrap that thing up.
Nelson from the
Yeah,
chat.
I'm not trying to change you.
Nelson,
that wasn't me trying to change you. Let's get back to the subject. That wasn't me changing you. You said you would cook. So
hold on, we gonna get back to that because Nelson from the chat made a statement, and I want to know y'all's input. Nelson's in the chat. He's in the chat. We're streaming on Twitch in the chat.
Oh, you got a chat on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like,
So-
why did I see Nelson?
So
Okay,
Nelson said women don't like a man having fun. They always want to ruin it.
That's true.
Ladies,
I'm out.
Let me tell you something.
What is fun? Go ahead and explain that to me.
anything we decide to have, if it's fun for us to just be sitting and watching TV doing absolutely nothing, if we're having fun, Nelson says y'all don't like that shit and y'all would try to ruin it. Don't take it out the way like we in Vegas at the strip club.
Wait a minute, are we talking about
No.
you playing the freaking game?
Yeah,
for
we're
hours
like
and hours
simple,
and
like
hours,
simple
and you
around the
said you
house
take
fun.
trash out, but yet you ain't take trash out.
No,
and the freaking
no,
flies.
Yeah.
no,
That's
we're
the
no,
thing that
we're
y'all
not.
responsibilities
We're
they
not.
take care of, but
Not like
y'all
no
not.
ass.
See,
Alright,
you
alright,
see,
hold on,
we're
hold on,
not,
watch
they're
this.
trying to put stipulations on it. All
All right,
I
watch
said
this.
was,
I give you a perfect example.
Fun can happen. when
There's
you take
two.
care of.
She trash out.
see,
You go back
they
play
try to
again.
put stipulations
There's-
on it.
Hold on,
All
hold
I
on.
said was we having fun, and he wants to know why women feel they have to ruin it, and y'all putting stipulations on it.
All right, hold on. I got. It's two comedians. Kevin Hart said his wife would call and he joking with his boy. And all you hear is, "Do you, boo boo?" Click. Right. So that's one. Then there's another comedian who said he'll be sitting there watching the game. His wife will come in and be like, he'll have a burger right there ready to go, and she just come in and she's like, "Ain't that better? Why don't you change off this game? Why don't we put something else on so we can watch together? Oh, you don't need to be comfortable. Here, let me get next to you. Come on, baby. Ain't that better? Why you eating this burger? Let me make a dry ass sandwich for you."
Wasn't that
in
Dave
that
Chappelle?
sense-
Was that
No.
Dave?
I forgot who the comedian is.
Cause
but
I've
that's what he
heard
said.
that.
So my thing is, if I am doing something, you could be doing something. Me personally, this is me. This ain't her. We could be in the same motherfucking room. She could be doing something on her phone. I could be playing an Xbox or something like that. We right there. That she don't count that as any kind of time.
Yeah, that's not quality time, boo boo. Sorry.
Not quality, anything. She don't call it nothing.
But are you having
No,
fun?
we're not spending time together.
But are you
We're
having
not playing
fun?
video
Do
game.
you
We're
call
not
that
happen to be in
quality
the same
time?
room.
But are you
No,
having
I don't call
fun?
it. Notice, I didn't
Okay,
say
good.
quality time.
He's
I
not
said
going to
any
in front
kind of.
y'all.
Well, what do
Any
you call
kind.
it? What kind of time do you call that?
I call it shit. You doing what you doing, I'm doing what we doing. Neither one of us is cheating. We in the room.
Good.
Now, mind you, we've been together for almost
Patrice
18 years.
O'Neal. Thanks, Nelson. It was Patrice O'Neal that made that joke.
Yeah, Patrice
There
O'Neal
we
that
go.
said, "Ain't that better?"
Nelson in the
But
clutch.
anyway, we've been together for almost 18 years. So she could get on her phone and she got this game that is very distracting. It takes her mind off shit. I'm cool with it. She be on the game. I turn the Xbox on. Oh, is that what you doing?
Right? We can't
Like,
have
what the
fun.
fuck? Like you've been sitting here for the last 30 minutes. You was perfectly cool with me just laying here. I turn the Xbox on and it's, oh, that's what you do. Oh, you can't find nothing
Can I say
better for us to
something?
do.
I'm gonna say this, right? The only time I can see a woman interrupting your fun is if that woman is feeling neglected. All right, so this is for you, Nelson. Okay, answering your question. All right, if a woman is fucking with your fun time, it's because she's feeling neglected and she's trying to get the attention from you before she go get attention from somewhere else. So it's kind of on you. You want to have fun with your lady, or you want to risk her having fun with somebody else?
Okay, but
I can have
right.
fun with her all
But
day.
if she coming up
And
to me
guess
nagging,
what?
how
the
am I
moment
supposed
I
to
turn
get
to do
the...
something else, it's
That's not
you don't want to
fun.
spend time with me.
No, time out.
That's
Time
not
out. You
fun.
misunderstand. Neglected from whatever that thing is. There's one specific thing or things you do that is like, wait, that right there takes away from me. Every single time you do this, it takes away from me. That's what it is. It's not anything else. It's
So maybe you
usually
need
a
to see it
thing.
that way.
I'm not getting any attention.
Right.
Now, I say something about it once, I say something twice, and the shit's still happening, right? She's not cheating. She's just doing what she wants to do on her own. Why is there a problem the moment I do something? I'm like I said, I'm just using us as an example, but so people on the stream can understand.
She already
Right.
answered the question.
So what I'm saying is And I'm not saying that you cannot address it in that situation when it happens to you. What I'm saying is, usually with women, right? Like Sade said, we're feeling neglected, but it's not when you just do anything. It's usually specifically something. So like, I know if you go into that man cave, I'm not going to see you for 5 hours. The minute I see you start walking towards that man cave, I'm gonna start interrupting. Hey, where you going? What you doing? What you gonna watch? What we gonna do? Like, because that man cave triggers something for me, right? Same thing if it's an Xbox, or if it's a certain game, or if it's a certain place, or if it's a certain person even. If your homeboy, that one homeboy that like to do shit that you know every time he talks to that nigga, it's something. It's always something, right? All right.
Hold on.
Like EJ.
Okay.
So then,
hold on.
you know,
because now that brings me back to the original question of why a woman wants to change a man. Because if he was doing that shit and hanging out with that same homeboy and playing that same Xbox and spending that 5 hours in that same man cave before you got with him, then you still got with him. So now you're complaining about him doing that same thing.
Trying to get attention from him.
With me, you.
Because like Flip said, we can be sitting in the same room chilling, doing our own thing, and we're cool with that.
That's why I don't understand why you say neglect, because you mentioned the man cave. I, for example, I will move the Xbox or whatever it is into my bedroom. So that way I am directly next to her. We can talk, we can have a conversation. So, again, I'm not in a man cave isolating her by herself.
I get you. But you're focusing on the wrong thing. I use man cave as an example because I'm talking about me and my experience. I don't know what it is for other women. Other women have different things. It doesn't have to be a man cave. It just so happened to be for me, not for everybody. You get what I'm saying?
Right. We're just using that as the example because most people.
No. I get that, but the reason why I brought it up is because, like I said, the man cave I can understand. It's a man cave. That's where a man goes to be alone. So now he's isolated from you.
Right.
Where it's different as if we're both in the same room. Yeah. We're still able to have a conversation. We're still able to talk. We're still able to do those things. I know, because for y'all, y'all have to have our undivided attention. We're not allowed to multitask.
Because, and the reason why I say check it out, right? So the reason why is because if you can give this device your undivided attention for hours on hours, you can't give your woman undivided attention for at least an hour. Because let's think about it. There's 24 hours in a day, right? What time you get up in the morning? What time you get back home?
Now?
6 to 6.
Damn. Ooh, bless your heart.
She don't leave at 6.
I do have to leave at 6 sometimes, 6:30.
So what time? More common. She leaves at 7. 6:30 and she gets home about 5:30.
6:30 to 5.
Okay. So by the time you get home, y'all got kids. So y'all got to get the kids, right? Or do they catch the school bus or something?
No, they grown. These motherfuckers teenagers. The youngest two are 14. Our oldest is 19.
Yeah.
So between that block from when you guys are in each other's space again after dealing with the world, and then after you're done dealing with the kids, how much of that time do you devote to each other? That's not a device. That's not a phone.
In that case, I understand that. I do. So like, for example, if you set time aside to make sure it's allotted for that person, then it should be good. So for me, for example, do men get lost in these video games? Yes. It is an escape from reality.
I'm guilty of it too.
So, so you understand that it's an escape from reality.
Yeah.
There's nothing else going on. It's literally the video game taking your mind off of it.
Right.
So when you have that, when a female has that same thing, that's what I'm saying. If you have that same thing, I have that same thing. We're both doing that same thing, but we're still able to communicate with each other. Hey, baby, how was your day? I'm sitting there doing this. Okay, how was yours? So now it may not be considered quality time because that you have to designate separate. I understand that. Quality time is where you're giving each other undivided attention.
Right.
So the problem, and I'm only going to speak for myself because I'm sure there's some women that feel this way, maybe not all. But the problem that I was coming across is once the male is engaged in either the game, their computer, whatever they're watching, they're gone. So like, hey, blah, 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 blah. Did you hear what I said? No feedback? Yeah, babe, that sounds good. That's what happens.
Women have 50,000 words that they use a day. Men
But that's
try to
the
use
thing.
5,000.
Look. All right.
We don't try
I
to
was
talk
talking
as
to my
much as y'all do.
I was talking to my baby mama the other day, right? And we had an argument because she felt that I didn't feel as ecstatic about certain things that she told me about my daughter, and I was like, no, I care. I'm happy. Just because I don't say it in like a million words doesn't mean that I don't care. Like, some men don't express themselves in a lot of words.
And I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about if you're so immersed in the game that you're not even hearing me, right? Like that's the kind of experience I have. Like I said, I can only talk about.
Well, he's
right?
ignoring you.
I can understand that.
And I'm not saying that you guys do that because it sounds like you guys don't do that. But I'm talking about me and my experience, right?
Right.
Sade. So
with
me and my experience, once a guy is immersed in whatever he's doing, whether it's his laptop, his game, his whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, you're not hearing me. And then when I come back and I'm like, remember I told you blah, 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 when you said that.
Right.
Right. But
and that's all I'm saying is,
that's why.
And so going back to the original thing, is just like,
designation.
Just, you have to make that time. If you can make that time for a device that really don't do shit for you, but it is an escape, you can at least put that time into the person that you with. And that's why women come off as nagging or like we're interrupting your fun. Because I'm spoiled. Okay. I let guys know that from the beginning. When we first start talking, hey, I'm spoiled. So when I want my attention, I want my attention. If you don't give it to me, I'm gonna nag the hell out of you till you give me my attention. So do with that information what you will.
Matter of fact, what you're not gonna do, you're not gonna neglect me.
I sat there and played Madden for 6 hours. She could have napped.
So now it just seems like nagging because it's been
no, you don't
years.
normally nag. So listen, my thing is this: it's all about approach. Now I'm gonna go personal. The way you approach makes a difference in the man's world.
I said that earlier.
It's the difference between nagging
and
here's what I mean.
Everyone spoke over me.
She come up to me and she goes, "Hey, baby, I would like to do this. It's crystal clear."
I have to literally tell you, I want attention before you will take it into
consideration. He's a man. We understand
like
directness. What do you mean? Yes, we understand directness.
What I'm saying is like
I want your eyeballs looking at me when I'm having a conversation.
No.
And I bet you will go.
What I'm saying is like if you get lost, right? It was one time she was driving home. This is years ago. She's driving home and I was playing Xbox. She could tell by my responses that I was playing. She goes, "Okay, I'll talk to you when I get home." Mm-hmm. I learned it then. I'm like, okay, I can understand there's a difference between the engaging conversation versus the video game conversation. So I agree with you on that one. Okay. However, when you have your own distractions, women, do y'all want us to come interrupt y'all in y'all distractions?
Yes.
Because we want attention?
Yes. If you want
if that's what you want, you want the same thing from us.
Right? And I'm neglecting my man, come get me. Because I'm gonna do it to you. I'm gonna do it to you.
Right.
So yes, I expect him to do that.
But my thing is different. Women know how to read between the lines. If a man comes and puts his head in your lap and interrupts you, you know he wants your attention. We ain't gotta say shit. For men, if you do that, we're just gonna be like, oh, okay, and continue doing what we're doing. We need you to verbalize. Unless he's a man. I'm
not all men.
I'm not saying all men. I'm saying the majority of men.
Women are communicators. That's what we do.
We would. Matter of fact, this is what I was saying.
Babe, come and talk with me.
When y'all are upset,
baby, come and cuddle with me, baby.
When y'all are upset and nagging, when y'all are in a good mood, y'all be trying to be all cute, trying to make us read between the lines. We got time for that. Just say what you want and
again.
keep moving.
I'm gonna keep saying this. If your woman is nagging you and trying to get your attention and being extra, that is a good sign because she still wants your attention. The minute she stopped doing that mess, you better be worried.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know that.
I agree.
Right. I'm
not your back.
I'm not saying that nagging is a bad thing. That's other people. I just say nagging as, okay, you're like, when I say nagging, I just imagine a woman at the side of my fucking head doing this, and I'm just like,
so how is that not negative?
Give me time to like fucking process what you're saying. You're just going off in my ear. I don't think as fast as you're fucking talking. That's what I think is nagging. You just too much
just tell
information.
her, hey, there's an approach to everything. You don't have to be that direct. You can come and just be like, hey, baby, do something like this, something to the sort. It'll let me know.
So now I have a question.
Don't stand in front of the TV.
That. All right. This question was brought up in our podcast. Don't stand in front of the TV. What?
Unless you're naked. Don't stand in front of the TV.
Anyway, so.
Oh!
She lying.
I can walk right past the game in my panties and bra, and he can be like, "Babe."
Panties and bras different. Let me.
Because you might be going to the laundry room. You might be looking for one of my t-shirts. I don't know why you're in your drawers.
Let me say this. Panties and bra, unless it's lingerie, is completely different than you being butt naked. She knows that. If she goes to bed like that, I'm gonna think something wrong. Unless it's that time of the month, I'm gonna think something wrong. Other than that, you better not have shit on.
Exactly.
She put something on. If she go to sleep like that, that means she mad at me if she ain't on her period.
Mm-hmm.
That's my sign.
Well, maybe
that's
I'm
your sign.
Some type of way in my panties and bras, and you don't even pay attention to it.
Ooh.
I do. I pay every pair she put on. Every pair she put on. I wake up in the morning.
If you bypassing matching underwear, there's a problem. Because women, because women only match their underwear when they know they about to give it up.
And I would look. There's been times she didn't think that I was paying attention, and she goes. Well, what kind of panties and bra do I have on? And then I caught her off guard because I was able to describe it. And she's like, oh, so you are paying attention to me. It made her feel good. I know that because she smiled about it.
What I got on now? I didn't change. Only changed out of my uniform. What I got on now?
So now the question is, hold on.
Oh, and he was playing the game.
I wasn't playing the game.
I walked past you this morning with it on.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
That's a long ass time to remember.
I already gave my answer.
He said it's the great one this night.
Oh, actually, no. See, it don't count.
But that's a long ass time to remember some draws all day,
listen,
and you only see them
it's
once.
It's hard for me to remember today because she woke up. And we was in a good mood. No, not that.
I would hope they would change every day.
No. It was because she was distracting me with twerking this morning. I was looking.
Oh, so you wasn't paying no attention to the panties.
I wasn't paying attention to that shit. But she was twerking, and that's what I was focused on. That's my.
You
can't
be jiggling nothing.
What is this? What is this? Family Feud? Good answer.
That's
what. Good answer.
Look. She turned. I turned. I was getting ready to walk out the door, and she was bent over. And I'm like, "Oh, hold on!" I stopped. I was late to work this morning because I'm watching her twerk.
See, and that's what women don't. That's what women don't understand.
Oh, Ami got something.
That's what women
Go ahead,
don't understand. A man will lose money for you, but y'all will get mad that we won't get off the game within 2 seconds of what y'all want to do.
Point.
I know that. I'm talking about something completely different. Fuck that. A man will lose money for you. A man will leave. He will go to work late for some pussy. Late to give you some attention. Late to fucking cuddle up with you.
That ain't even for her.
No,
bullshit. This girl.
Shit. You better let him know. You better let him know.
That's for him.
No, if no.
It got real quick.
Stop it.
No, because if she's like,
hold on. Let her answer her question.
Go ahead.
Since y'all want to be like, you need us to be direct and shit. So do you want us to tell you if you're bad in bed, or do you want us to fake it?
Hell yeah.
No,
yes.
They don't want to hear it.
Listen,
they do not want to hear it.
All right, so
we talked about this last time. We talked about this a couple podcasts ago.
So you got different types of men. All right, and I'm gonna break this down real quick. You got the type who are pleasers. Those are the guys that want to make sure that the woman reached her climax and she is satisfied. And if she's not, okay, well, we about to go again. You got those type of men. You got the men that don't give a fuck. Like, oh, okay, shit. Well, I got mine.
Right. You don't tell them that they're bad in bed because.
And then you got men who don't give a fuck to the extent where they don't ask. If you got a man that asks you, be honest with them. Keep that shit 100. If you ain't satisfied, so
I don't think you want to hear it.
shit.
I'm not saying that you don't satisfy me. I'm saying that if you didn't, you wouldn't want to hear that.
Oh, I would, because I know there'll be times she'll be like, well, that was a quickie. That was, that wasn't as fulfilling, or
that wasn't your best day, babe.
Yeah, it wasn't your best.
And then the next time,
I'm like, well, shit,
at the same
time, I'll try to make a joke and be like, I've had better.
Yeah.
That's a joke, though. He knows that's from a movie.
I know.
So, but at the same time, it's
so
like, shit.
I love
women, y'all don't perform all the time either.
That's cute,
and
right?
we can't say shit about it. We
like
can't tell a girl she got whack pussy, then we are evil as shit.
So what happens then?
Shit.
If do y'all want to be told if that shit wasn't good?
No, that bullshit. They gonna start crying and shit.
The other night.
So let me be honest, right? Let me be honest. I want to know, but it depends on the delivery. Like, you can't just sit there and be like, you whack. You can't do that, right? Yeah. You gotta be like,
because y'all emotional.
But
I got
coach
you.
me.
But that's
but y'all can tell us.
I'm a
y'all
woman.
Can tell, hey,
I'm a woman at the end of the day.
But that's the same thing we're saying. It depends on how you say it. If you come off combative and confrontational,
that was the worst ever. Oh my God, I'm coming.
We gonna come back
that.
confrontational. But if you're like, babe, it wasn't up to snuff, or like she said when she does a little cute thing, I've had better. Okay, the guys who want to hear that can work with that. But if you come at us and be like, yo, that was the fucking wackest dick I done had, and I've been fucking since I was 12. Yeah, you might get kicked.
God damn, first off.
Right?
But no.
Yeah,
why?
It has to be.
Did he take it to that extreme?
Because it has to be extreme. For guys who really want to hear that, you have to come at them in an extreme manner to get them to respond to you negatively. That's why I took it to that extreme.
My thing is this, right? My thing is this. If you're going to tell me something negative, coach me in the process.
Oh,
right?
God.
While we're in it.
Men feel the same way.
Don't bring that shit up to me afterwards talking about you could have been better. Then you should have said some shit while we were doing it. Fuck that.
No, I'm like Bernie Mac.
I'll give you instructions while you're doing it if it ain't going right.
Doing it to the best of your ability. I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to let you finish. What am I supposed to say?
Look,
good job. Keep up the work. Or, hey, that ain't right. Because now you like, I don't want to do it no more.
You know what guys do.
So
that's when we grab you by your hips.
But
you start moving your body for you. That's us showing you what we
not
want you
talking
to
about
do.
Us, because I know.
In the nicest way possible.
I be coaching that bitch.
Tell them.
So we not talking about us specifically. I'm just saying, in general.
Tell you, that's when the guy, he'll grab your waist or he'll grab a part of your body and he'll start moving you and you're like, what is this nigga doing? We're trying to show you the motion that we're looking for. And if you can't put that, we're good to go. Like I said, we'll do it during sex. We just won't say nothing.
We do it during sex too. We do too. Yeah.
And that's fine.
True. They do.
Yeah, I know, but that's right. That's what I'm saying. There's ways to do it, and if you're with someone like Flip said, who's a pleaser and is open to
that part, but we don't say it, right? We're not gonna sit there and tell you, because listen, y'all are stronger than us. We don't. If you decide to go crazy, ape shit, and just want to hurt somebody, you could, right? So, right. We're not trying to put ourselves in that predicament. So we're not going to tell you.
I'm a walking funny. Oh, my hip hurt.
Y'all want to hear it, but when do you want to hear it?
Trying to knock the walls off the. But listen, that's like Flip said.
So for some men, if you kind of, hey, like you say, do this like this. Or do this like this.
No, that's coaching. But when?
Right.
She said when.
During. But like, if it doesn't happen during, you can be like, yo, I was trying to tell you to do this and you wouldn't do it. I was trying. Now, if you're giving somebody the way to fix themselves and they're not fixing themselves, that motherfucker got a problem.
Yeah. Or like Ami
that's somebody you need to reevaluate.
Like Ami said
but now, if they trying to fix themselves or they change some of the shit and it's still not to your liking, then you got to continue working with that person as long as you see change.
Like you said last time, Ami, if you after y'all were done, if you set them to the side and say, "Hey, next time we should try this,"
right now,
the guys like Flip said, when Flip said the pleasers, those are the ones who are gonna listen and take that feedback. So if you have a guy in that zone, he's gonna take that feedback. He's gonna try it. Those are the guys we're talking about. You can say that to. The other two type of guys that he's talking about, yeah, I'm saying those are the guys that's
But
going to
you
give
want
you
to
the
sit down
reaction
here and
that,
listen to us.
unfortunately, you had to deal with, right? That's what you said?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
those are the type of guys that are going to
Yeah, okay.
unfortunately give you that and have you feeling some kind of way about yourself because them hearing that they didn't please a woman is hurting their ego, and they're too egotistical to
Your
take...
mic.
Oh, I'm
Your
sorry.
mic.
My fault. I was back. Can you hear me? I'm good?
Your mic.
Oh, no, it's going... I have a mic here. You
Oh.
can't hear me? Yeah, this is just for
You
sure.
sound like you far.
Oh. This fucking
I
thing.
have to. Beat the
Is it going
children
through? Is it better now with this?
No, it's not
Oh,
better
no.
now. Never
Hold on.
mind. I thought it was that mic.
No, it's this mic right here.
My bad. Yeah. Oh, now you're gone all the way.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Yeah, my fucking USB cord keeps popping out. I think I stretched it.
Anyway, I like when this happened in our
Go ahead.
show because then I get to talk.
Nigga, you've been talking all show. What the fuck?
Can't hear you. Once we hear you, we'll stop talking. So I look at, like we were talking about it, if you have pleasers, those are the people that are going to actually take into consideration what you're trying to do. Some men don't give a fuck. Some don't, plain and simple. So you really got to know the man that you're dealing with. On the same hand, y'all females, it's the same way for y'all too. Because motherfuckers is like, yeah, I got that WAP. And it's like,
What kind of
Is my
that?
mic
so like
working
me and
now?
my wife, we had this conversation on Veterans Day.
Is my mic working
We
now
were
or
at
no?
on Veterans Day, and she was like, "Nigga, I got this premium." I'm like, "Yeah, but it didn't start out like that. We had to grow." I was like, "We had to grow. Like you was a 7 on a scale of 10, and now you're a 12, because there was a lot of learning." But mind you, we were.
I'm going back to Family
18
Feud.
and
Good
20.
answer. Good
But
answer.
no, I told her I'm gonna be real. She know if this shit ain't up to par, I'm gonna say, well, shit. I could tell you wasn't in the mood because I know that plays a lot to do with it too.
Oh yeah.
I had to learn that. Believe me, me being married, I done learned a lot. We done learned a lot. I'll say that. We've grown together, but because there's times I'm like, yo, this shit is the best I've ever had, and then there's times
My
I'm
mic
like,
working now?
what the fuck? And it took
No.
years for her to tell me, well, I wasn't in the mood. My mind wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that makes a difference because when I say put your hand right here, you know, do something special, like Bernie Mac said. Yeah, and she do it differently. I'm like, okay, all right, you know.
But I feel like it makes a difference that you guys are married, right? Because if you're married to somebody, you're thinking they're coming from a caring place. You don't think they're coming to try to hurt you, like to really tear you down. But then if you're dating, that's a whole different situation, right?
Yes,
You got to
there's
build
another level
that.
of you're gonna disrespect fast.
But here's the thing though, if you're dating and you see that person as a potential, you sound muffled as shit. Hey, now. Okay.
There you go.
So yeah, if you're dating and that you see that person is somebody that you want to be with, then yes, you're going to talk to them. But if it's somebody you just dating just to date, because like for females, I'll say this, because you want the free food and you happen to give it to them, hear me out. There are females like that will date a guy and go just so she can get a free meal. Eventually, she gives it to the guy. If he whack, she ain't never giving it to him again. Tell me I'm lying.
Free food,
Huh?
huh? I want to know who's giving out free food.
So y'all ain't never went on a date before?
Like on a date and you're having
DJ, you
So
a meal.
for me, I don't go on a
after
date
the
with a
meal.
meal. If I have money, I go on a date.
That part.
So
Wait, say that again?
nowadays, when I go on a date expecting to pay.
I can't hear you.
They can't hear you.
Oh,
Okay, there you go. All right, now what did you say?
Oh, damn.
All
We
right.
can hear her, but we can't hear you.
That's okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Damn, that I done said so much.
You said when you go on a
When she
date.
go on a date,
When I
she-
go on a date, I don't leave the house broke.
When I go on a date, I go on a date expecting to pay, unless it's my boyfriend, or a lot of times I like to be real clear before I go out the door. on how things are going, because I don't want anyone to expect anything. So I'm big on communication. And I know that there are some people that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Because I get it all the time. It's like, dang, you want to just go out and do it? I'm like, yeah, I don't want you thinking you listen to me. I just want to be clear on what's going on.
Yeah.
Because it's happened. It has happened. A guy take you on a date and he feels entitled. I'm like, you just got me a $20 meal. You think this ain't no $20 plus? What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's $40, right? $40. No, I'm just kidding. I heard that's the going rate out there. I do it again. But no, so here's my thing. You stupid. That don't even make sense. Back your mic up, because it still you sound like a transformer now.
Who, me or him?
Him.
Oh.
But now, so what I'm saying is, right, you're right. D.L. Hughley said that too in one of his comedy. He goes, oh, you want to order on the side with the filet mignon and the steak? You know that's the fucking side of the menu, right? Like, hey, if you order that, somebody gonna be fucking me. I mean, it's not gonna be me. It's gonna be you fucking me. You on the fucking side of the menu. You understand? So I get that, because some guys do go out. That's why I tell her all the time, I'm so glad that I didn't have to go through all the stages that a lot of people go through. You try to be cordial and nice to somebody at once upon a time, you was considered thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
If
Right?
you reply fast
But
enough.
honestly, I think it depends on the caliber of woman you're talking to.
If you trying to talk to like a hood chick, then yeah, she gonna look at you as weak. But if you're talking to like a woman that's a professional, she's gonna see you as a gentleman. So I think it depends on the caliber of woman you talk to. Just like with us, it depends on the caliber of man we're talking to. It depends on what we're gonna get. Mm-hmm. So I've recently learned that since I've been divorced, right? And I realized that not all men
are created equal.
They're really not. So you got to look at them, their
background, and honestly, their status. Their status matters.
Because it says a lot about them too. Like it's not people say it's gold digging or whatever, but like it's a mindset. Like, are you a hustler? Are you trying to get your money? Are you really like working to achieve some goals and things? Like, I'm too grown to be doing stupid stuff now.
We're in my 30s. If a man ain't getting
Is this shit working yet?
Yeah, your mic is working. Say something, Ami.
Hello?
For some reason, every now and then, when Sade, you go and it's like,
we on the same computer.
Yeah, we are.
I don't know if it's the angle of where your voice is coming in, how it's modulated, but every so often.
Big words.
Her big words. I don't use any big words. Yeah,
it sounds like T.I. right now.
But no,
T.I.
so I get where both y'all are coming from on that aspect. Again, though, it is the status, but at the same time, it shouldn't necessarily be about the money. Because I could tell you now, when I got with her, I was still in high school. I ain't have shit. I was so broke, I had to buy used food.
But she probably knew how much of a hustler you were too, though. Even
she
in
knew
high
the
school.
Potential. Exactly. She saw the potential, and she wanted a mixture of a thug and
who did they somebody with potential then?
So do you disagree with Steve? So do you disagree with Steve Harvey then?
With just potential in your 30s.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right about that. She said it's not cool for you to be trying to reach your potential in your 30s.
You got a rap career coming up.
Sade can't hear you. I didn't hear you say "God damn it." That sounded like you.
I don't know. Where's the mic?
What if the man ain't reached his potential and he 30, 31?
Then he need to figure it the fuck out.
Look, she said.
What? Okay, so how am I gonna put this? This is gonna be a very specific situation. That's the only reason why I asked this question. So, people who no, like
I'm fucking with you. Go ahead.
Specific to me, but like doctors and shit, lawyers, them motherfuckers have to be in school for long periods of fucking time. Pilots, people like that, they normally don't actually start doing their job until their late 20s, early 30s. So that's what I mean. Like people like that. That's why I asked the question.
That's different.
That's different. Right. No, right, but that's what I'm saying. They said don't date potential in your 30s, but if he's 29, 30,
You know what we mean.
No,
Well,
she
then-
means
so
he's
explain
30
it
years
then.
old and he's selling weed thinking he gonna make money.
Okay, well then explain it.
First
then.
off, you should have graduated to Coke years ago.
Right. So I'm just saying, explain
Good
it
answer.
for
Good
people.
answer.
Explain it for people who may be listening or who are listening who might not
Okay.
automatically pick
All right.
up on that.
So
That's
I
why I asked the
understand
dumbass
where y'all coming
question.
from.
I
So-
know where you're coming
so-
from too.
So my wife, she told me, she was like, she was dating thugs, straight gangbangers, right? And then she met me. I was somebody who was gangbanging, but I was still the shit when it came to school. Like I got 1B the entire time I was in school.
You're the
From
R&B?
from kindergarten to 12th grade. Say that again?
I said you was an R&B thug.
Yeah, that type of dude, right? So running the streets, doing all that, but then she saw the potential that I had, the growth that she expected. And the reason why I think that me and her are still married is because when I challenge her, she rises to the occasion. And when she challenged me, I do my damnedest to rise to the occasion. You know, I don't always reach her expectations sometimes. And she got to work with me because I'm a little hard-headed. I'll keep it real. But you see, but when you have that, then that's understandable. You guys are growing together. Y'all getting stronger together. You're building an empire. Because shit, when we first got together, our goddamn gas got cut off, and we was taking showers at her grandma's house and my mama's house.
So on that statement, who has higher expectations when it comes to relationships? Do men put a higher expectation on the woman, or do women put higher expectations on men?
Women.
Men.
We put higher
Women.
expectations on you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all expect a certain amount of shit from us too.
Hold on.
Sexually.
Look. Overall, right now, right? It's women right now that think they can. Like we talked about it, right? When Cardi B had said that shit. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me show you how I got this ring type shit, right?
This is
No,
certain
bullshit.
shit she gotta do. She might not be cooking and cleaning, but there's other shit.
But guess what? Guess what? And I tried to make it clear. Right, but I tried to make it clear. She's making her own money. Don't fall for that shit. Don't think she ain't doing nothing. Because there are women who think that they can fuck their way into a marriage.
Some of them can.
Yeah,
Some of them
you're
have.
absolutely right. But if you want to use that Cardi B example, obviously she's doing that for the hype, but she knows she's doing more than just fucking her man. And if what she's portraying, I hope that people can see that's not enough because he keep cheating on her. So just because you got that WAP and you throwing it out there, that ain't gonna keep your man. That'll get his attention, but that's not what keeps a man. And we all know that. So that's why.
Let me say this. I feel like it depends on what kind of a person you're dealing with, right? Because we can both say that. Men can say, "Oh, you guys expect so much of us because you're good guys," right? And then we can say the same thing. You expect a whole lot from us because we're the type of woman who would do it. But on the other side of that, there's all kinds of people that's not gonna do it. There's a whole bunch of women that's gonna be lazy, ain't gonna do shit, ain't gonna clean the house, ain't gonna cook, ain't gonna watch the kids, ain't gonna do none of that shit. There's a whole bunch of dudes that's gonna go maybe to work. He might be sitting his ass in the couch and not doing nothing. There's a whole bunch of people that's not gonna do, and there's a whole bunch of people that's willing to do. Right?
We got
Usually opposites attract, so the person who's doing ends up with somebody that don't do, and that's why you get that kind of.
So that's why I'm glad I got her, because I tell you, I see motherfuckers. Every time we get around couples, they make me appreciate my wife a whole lot more. Because we got a homeboy. His wife didn't clean. She only ordered food. She would never fucking cook. We got another homeboy. She was like, I don't suck dick. I'm like, how are you married? Because that is not a requirement, but that is something that
it's an expectation. That's what
it's a hey, whatever you not gonna do, the next chick will type deal, right? So she wasn't doing that. I'm like, I look at my wife and I'm like, wait a second, you that diamond in the rough, because the shit that I done seen.
You only see that when you see other couples who not getting what you get.
Right, that's true. Sometimes that happens. Some people take the stuff for granted, and I have in our 18 years of marriage, I mean 15 years, but I have taken some of the stuff for granted, just like she's taken it for granted.
What I take for granted? See, nothing.
I'm trying to take this somewhere. I'm trying to take this somewhere, but he keeps digging himself a bigger hole. So I'm
not digging myself in nothing. Here's what it is.
Look at her face and say that.
Right?
Look at her face and say you ain't digging yourself a hole.
I ain't digging myself in nothing. Say it.
I
Go
guess
ahead.
it's time to get off the video. Well, it was a nice podcast.
I'm just saying. The way I look at it is, if both parties is growing together, and you are constantly striving to do everything that the other person wants, then there shouldn't be no problems. Problems to me come in when you have somebody who gets to a point where they feel like everything is perfect, like they can't get any better.
Okay, so we have 3 women present currently. Out of the 3 of y'all, what are the base expectations / requirements, I guess, you guys would have for a man that you are trying to date? The basic of the basic ones. I'm not talking like get specific for you as an individual. I'm saying in general, what does a man have to have?
He has to have a career. He needs to be making his own money.
Okay.
Period.
He has to have a job.
I ain't dating nobody who don't have a job. Okay.
Okay. So
that is a requirement to date me.
Okay.
Number 1, he has to be driven. He has to have some sort of goals or something going on in his life where he's not settling for just being mediocre.
Okay.
That's number 2, right? And then number 3, he got to have his own place.
He has to have his own place.
He got to have his own place.
Anything else? That's it.
That's
all y'all
those
need.
are the 3 basics.
That's all you need.
That last one, have his own
things.
place. I mean, we can work with that. We can work
so
towards something else.
Well, wait. So you're thinking from your age group. Mm-hmm. Well, she's thinking from when we got together.
But that's why I said
that's what I'm saying. So like I'm speaking to date me in my 30s.
Now, like 30, 35, and
no,
living with.
I'm speaking in general because
maybe he lives with a roommate.
We
he hasn't got a girl who he wants
who
to
are
live
18,
with.
And we have listeners.
It's easier to pay
40s.
bills when you got help.
So when I say in general, try to cover the adult years 18 and up, because we have listeners from multiple age groups.
You said to date me. I was listening what to date Sade is. To date Sade, you have to have a career. You got to have your own place. You got to be.
No, I asked your opinion. I said
any men listening
specific to you. I asked your opinion.
Take notes.
But I said not specific to you, just generally. Like I'm saying,
you said the 3 ladies women, on the line.
Yes, I want your opinion as women, not as Sade, not as Ami. As women, no, I said it. You weren't listening because you had already started talking. Because you and fucking Flip did. So, like I said, as women,
what are you trying to
the basic expectations you have / requirements you have for a man, but not specific to you.
No, because he's not.
I feel like those are the 3 basics.
What are Chinese?
My opinion. Ami, what's yours? So since you're talking for the 30s and up, I guess I'll talk to the younger crowd.
So
the younger crowd.
We're at 2.5 right now.
At that point, for the younger crowd,
2.5.
He can't. So this is a thing, right? It's hard because for the younger crowd, guys are usually not mature enough to be in a good relationship at that age anyway. Like it's you have a handful of guys that find their high school sweethearts or their right after high school like boo thing, marry them and get gone. And then you have the rest of them who just hoeing it out till they hit 30. So what am I supposed to tell them to look for?
So do you have anything to add
40
before me and Flip give our expectation list?
What's your expectations? So just set the expectations of somebody right now in your age group.
Okay. I do agree with her first 2. You have to be driven and you have to make your own money. Mm-hmm. I would say for the 3rd one, you gotta.
It can be more than 3 now. Y'all are limited to just 3.
You gotta know how to have fun.
3.
You gotta be a good listener, understanding.
So you have to be a good communicator.
You should be mature enough at that point to do that.
Mature.
Because that helps in a relationship. And you got to be serious. Like if the relationship ain't what you want, I mean, serious as far as telling the other person exactly what you are expecting out of the relationship. It's like, hey, we just gonna do our thing. If the other person's cool with that, then hey, let that be that. If not, like you can't play games once you're a certain age. I don't think.
Yeah, and I was gonna say this, even as a youngin', right? I guess my number one rule is that you got to be able to respect whoever you with, because when you get into arguments and when you get into stuff, if you don't respect them, I'm telling you, she's gonna be out so quick. I don't even respect you as a man. Like I gotta go. You don't want that kind of chick, no way.
So all the ladies just proved to me what we always say about women, and they think way too much. Y'all went really deep into it, which is fine, but that wasn't quite what I was looking for. Y'all went into like, if you like, that's more shit.
And the
like
call this Frowned Upon cast.
Some of the shit y'all were saying, that I was thinking like, yeah, if I was talking to them, getting to know them, that's what I'm looking for. But I'm talking like just you see this person and you're like, oh, if I was to date that person, they would have to have this, and this. Like I was thinking like, I'm not gonna date you if you don't have a job. I'm not gonna date you if you don't have a car. I'm not driving your ass around everywhere. That's not happening. I'm thinking stuff like that. Y'all are like, oh, you gotta be able to.
Because some people ain't into materialistic stuff.
Shit.
Not only that, that depends on location. You in New York, you don't need a freaking car. You just catch the bus, catch the train. This is not okay. I thought we were doing general.
That is me in general. Now, if I'm in New York and she says, oh, I live in New York, I drive the train everywhere, that's why I don't have a car, that's a compromise I can make. But if I'm just out and about in the world and I see a chick and she starts talking to me and I go, oh, so what kind of car you drive? And she tells me she ain't got a car, I'm like, wait, how you not have a car?
I feel like that's the same as not having a job.
Exactly. But that's why I said you have to have a job, you have to have a car, you have to have a place to stay. I'm not necessarily saying you got to have your own place, but you have to have a place to stay. Like, how y'all are saying y'all want him to be mature and all that, to me, that's the building blocks of becoming a mature adult. You start having your own shit. If you want to date me, you have to have something of your own. You can't have your cell phone under your parents' plan and then your car under your dad's name and then you're living with your fucking grandma in the fucking basement and you're fucking mowing yards for $5 a yard on Saturdays. Like, that's not enough to date me. Like, you gotta have a job. You have to have a way to get to that job. You gotta have a way to get around. That's
you made it seem like it's so simple, but we said the same thing. So I think we're on the same page.
That's why I said y'all took it and y'all went deeper into it, and I was just trying.
That's what a podcast is, bro.
Right,
we gotta go deeper.
Right, but my question was just for the basics, so then we can go from the basics and go deeper into it. Y'all jumped a step. That's why I said I'm not disagreeing with y'all. I was just breaking it down on the basic level because that's what the question was. That's all. Jesus. Down.
So women, now I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there because we talked about the men. Women, I'll tell you, for this age group, you gotta have a 9 to 5, and it can't be no I work at McDonald's. Plain and simple.
It can't be a 5 to 2 at the strip club neither.
Take them outside.
You gotta have some of the shit that I don't see why anybody in their 30s need to be living with their parents. You got to have your own shit, plain and simple. Mm-hmm. Everything got to be your own. If I was single and the status that I'm at, I expect to meet somebody at least close to my status that I can help lift up, or they need to be better than me. Somewhere in between that. It cannot be far off from that.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
So I'll just keep it that general. If you close to where I'm at, then we good. But if you ain't close to where I'm at, you better be better than me and try to motivate me to get where you are.
Yep, that's true.
So
all right,
we're
cool.
all in agreement with that. But yet, when the question was first fucking brought up of who has higher expectations or who gives higher expectations, both the men said women and all the women said men, but we just had a conversation and realized that it's the same across the board. That was the whole reason why I did that. Because not everything. Because this is Battle of the Sexes, and we're getting through what we disagree with.
So when you say expectations, we just list that to what you said, but realistically, and now I'm going off conversations I've had with my male friends, right, where they're in a relationship and they expect their woman to respond immediately, right? Like, I'm in a relationship with a guy and he hits me up on Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and he text messaged me and he calls me. He's like, hey, why are you responding to my messages? I've been at work all day.
Oh, we get that from y'all.
That's an expectation from him where he expected me to respond to every message he sent me on every platform immediately.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
That's a learned habit.
Huh?
That's a learned habit.
Okay, but that was his expectation. That's what he expected from me. And when I didn't do it, it was an argument. Where I realized I actually ended up cutting it off because I'm like, you too needy. This ain't gonna work. I am not the chick for you. You need to go and get yourself a little 20-something-year-old who got shit to do but be on her phone all day. All right. So, and that's what when we talk expectations.
Why, Blue?
Because some men they want a woman gonna give it to them every night. Some men they want a woman that's gonna respond all the time. They want a woman who doesn't go out with her friends and they make her stay in the house and take care of the kids. And when you come up from work, you better be clean. You better be cooked and all this other shit.
Right, but that's why I said basic and not specific.
So
because
now,
those are specific individuals and situations. I said basic just because you have to have a basic common ground if you're going to build a relationship. All the things you talked about are important, and they come up in relationships because those are specific to certain individuals. That's why I said, because I have that issue too, but that's a learned habit from being in situations with females where if I didn't pick up my phone right away, they would feel some kind of way. And that had to do with the females that I was fucking with. And unfortunately, I then developed that same habit that I'm trying to break myself out of still, of if I message you and you read it, but you don't reply, like I don't like being left on red. I can message you. You can take 2 weeks to
That's
reply.
why I turned that off on my phone.
Yeah, she turned that off on her phone. That shit pissed me off because guess what? When you see my message,
you're not gonna know.
You need to respond to my message.
Right, that's what I'm at.
When you see it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to respond immediately unless it's important. We have a rule. If it's important and you don't answer the first time, I'm gonna immediately call back. That means, nigga, answer your phone. That's it. Because she knows I'm at work. I can't answer my phone. I know she at work. But for most people don't understand that. They want the kind of attention that they got in the beginning of the relationship, and they disregard the reality behind everything.
Put a pin in that
so
you can come back to that.
Not only that, you're talking about general, but you can't make this shit general when a relationship is always specific to two people.
Right, but
that's dealing with their problems.
But the relationship has the same basic building blocks of how it starts. Trust and communication will always need to be a building block of any relationship. If you don't trust a person and you can't communicate with the person, you will never try to build a relationship with that person. That's why I went general, because there are certain expectations, like you brought up respect, right? Respect can be a general expectation. Well, and if it's not, it should be a general expectation in all relationships as a building block. That's
what it's not, and then
right,
on
but
top
that's
of that,
it should be.
What we see as respect is different for every individual.
Right, but respect is the word respect has a common definition. Yes, you might have some hood chicks out there who think it's respectful to call them a bitch, and then you'll have, as Sade says, professional women who thinks it's disrespectful to call them a bitch. They both have they both know the definition of respect, even though they look at it differently. So I'm taking respect and saying that's the basis. That should be in the base block of a requirement or an expectation beginning to a relationship. That's why I was asking for basics, because a lot of people are doing what you guys are saying. They're looking deeper into it, and they're looking for this small thing and this small thing, and they're skipping over the basics. They're not even starting with a basic foundation to start to build their relationship on, because they're instantly jumping to all the branches and all the twigs to try to connect the dots, and they're missing the building blocks. That's why I try to keep it basic. You're right, relationships are multifaceted. They're fucking complicated. They're confusing. I get that.
Still multifaceted.
Yeah, they still are multifaceted. But you have to have the basics before you get to all that. Otherwise, the shit's gonna fucking fall apart. That's like building a fucking building with no foundation, with no support beams.
I don't think you hear me, though. I don't think you hear me. But that's okay. Because what I'm saying is, if you can say respect is a foundation, but if the respect is not the same. So, for example, if I think respecting my man means I clean the house, and she thinks respecting her man means she says hello when he walks in the door, those are two different freaking respects. At the end of the day, he's not going to receive it the same. And you're talking about two individuals who see things differently. It's just not going to be the same.
But you're talking about, but the man's going to have a level of respect that he expects from his woman he's in a relationship with. Just
right,
like
and it's
will.
all different.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
I understand that, but I'm saying the definition of respect is going to be the same across the board, regardless of what your actual version of respect is. Like when before the podcast started, Flip was like, "You didn't even give me a kiss when you walked in the house." That might be something on his list of what he looks at as respectful. Me, you don't got to give me a kiss when you walk in the house. Just say hi. Just acknowledge that I have entered the room. And that's enough respect for me. But it's still respect because we both understand what respect is. That's what I'm not getting into. I'm not trying to get into the nuances.
So it's not. I see where the confusion's coming in at between you two. It's not necessarily the level of respect. It's more of the level of expectation behind it. Because I don't think my wife disrespected me by not coming in and giving me a kiss. Because I knew she was doing other things. But it's just something that I expect and I give to her. So I expect it in return. Just like you said, if you walk in and the man sees that the house has been cleaned by you, that could be an expectation that he set. Not necessarily a level of respect. Respect to me goes into talking like with communication. How you talk to the person, how they respond, those basic level things of two people coming together mutually. Because I'll tell somebody, you ain't got to respect me, but you won't disrespect me.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So both of you are talking about expectations, not necessarily respect.
Right, and that's what I was trying to explain. I'm not very good at explaining shit sometimes.
No worries, I'll break it down for you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on you to spell multifaceted though.
That part.
MULTIFACETED.
All right.
Ain't nobody gonna fact check him.
Nah, he spelled it right. I know.
She's looking it up right now.
I might be from the hood, but nigga, I'm smart.
Right. All right. So what's the next topic?
I wanted to come back to something that you said, unless you forgot.
Go ahead.
I wanted to come back to something that you said earlier, and I can't fucking remember. I told you to put a pin in it so we can come back to it. You probably don't remember it either, huh?
Nope.
God
I heard
damn
you say it though.
God damn it! I can't play it back right now. If I can play it back, I'd find it. You ain't got nothing.
All right, ladies. What do y'all have? What do you have? Because you've been rather quiet.
I don't know. Are we only talking about?
We can talk about whatever.
It's about whatever you want
to talk about.
Yes.
Whatever you
want. Nothing is all.
What if it's like music?
That's fine. We can talk about music. You want to talk about music? We can talk about music.
All right. So, what do y'all think about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion?
Megan the Tauntaun.
That's another relationship.
No, we're talking about the situation. It's not a relationship.
We're talking about Megan the Tauntaun.
I'm talking about.
Are you talking about Megan's music, or are you talking about Tory's music?
We talking about Megan getting shot in the foot by somebody who wasn't.
Exactly. You're talking about.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let's talk about it like this. What do y'all think as far as women today putting music out the way they do? What do y'all think about that?
What do y'all think about the WAP song?
Oh, the confidence level that everybody is getting? Y'all see it as confidence, or do y'all see it as we doing too much?
I see. So the only person that it's two people actually. What's the girl, Sapphire, the one you like singing that I hate when the song come on?
What's the name of the song?
Oh,
Lizzo.
What?
And just hear me out. Just watch what I said. Lizzo and Megan Thee Stallion are two females that I think put out music about like more of women, kind of like women empowerment, so to speak. So like Lizzo put it out. She's confident no matter what, right? She's a big girl. Most people in anywhere frown upon big girls. Most in the music industry, they don't want you to be big. You got to have a certain sex appeal to you, right? But she's making it, and she's actually carrying herself well enough to hold that down. Now, Megan Thee Stallion, if you look at a lot of the things that she's doing, granted, she talks about a lot of the stuff that Cardi B and them talk about, but at the same time, she's doing things differently. She's going to school, and she's putting that stuff out there that she's doing more than just trying to make music off her ass. So when I say that, when you listen to some of her songs, she's talking about putting somebody in their place and demanding that respect versus every other female that you hear out here, to me.
Why don't you like Lizzo?
Say that again?
Why don't you like Lizzo?
You do like Lizzo.
Oh, no. It was just because my daughter would put her song, one particular song. I do like Lizzo.
Oh,
but it was one particular song that every time it came on, which one is it?
I have to sing the whole thing.
Go ahead, start it.
Why men great till they
gotta be great. Hey.
That song, right? Because the radio played it out, and she knows every lyric.
I do too.
And that song would come on.
I hate that fucking song.
I just took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% savage.
Right. So now, if you think about it, right, Lizzo put that song out, and she's telling the truth. She say, "Why men wait till they gotta be great?" Right? She's about empowering herself and she's confident in herself. Like she wore that assless dress to the goddamn Laker game.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So she's different than Cardi B. All Cardi B songs to me sound like she remind me of like the modern day version of Lil' Kim. Everything is sexual. You see what I'm saying? Move.
So y'all are cool with Lizzo with her ass cheeks out in public at the game?
I'm cool with it. I don't want to ever see it again.
Yeah,
but I'm cool because that's her thing. She's confident in herself.
I'm not cool with
Most
anybody's
girls-
ass cheeks out. Let me put it like that. Because when Prince did it, he got a lot of flack for it too.
Not when kids are around. If it was like a party or something, there's a bunch of adults, yeah. But when there's kids gonna be around, bro.
That's true too. But at the same time,
I
like I
think
said,
that
I
gives the
respect
wrong
her
message.
level of confidence.
Because you wouldn't let your daughter walk around
Megan
her
Thee Stallion,
ass
I think,
cheeks
put out music that's different than any other modern day female rappers right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
So what's the question?
And I like the music, and can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me? Okay, cool. But yeah, I like the music, and honestly, like I don't see any difference. The music they putting out today, any difference from what we grew up with, because we had freaking My Neck and My Back.
Adina Howard, Freak Like Me.
A whole bunch
What
of
you
other
talking about?
songs that we probably should not have been listening to.
Mercedes, you ain't gotta say too much from the look in your eyes. I can tell you wanna fuck.
Yeah.
So,
Move.
a lot of people flipping out about why. I'm like, are y'all serious? Are y'all forgetting about what we grew up listening to?
Yeah, they are.
What I think they're forgetting about is the fact that men have been putting out the exact same thing that are just as explicit, but they don't see it the same way because it's coming from a woman.
I blame women.
Because it's an expectation in the society
I blame
that
women.
ladies and women, we're not supposed to be like that.
I blame.
I mean, if you think about it,
blame
if it was the way we
Genuine's song was pretty explicit if you knew what he was talking about.
We was talking about the pony song. We didn't even know it. Right.
Yeah, they made it.
I knew it. I knew exactly what he was talking about as soon as I heard the motherfucker.
I knew what he was talking about, but it was a little more discreet.
Because I was like, ain't no grown
That's
man
true.
out here riding no pony.
The music back then was definitely more discreet. Because, like, I remember asking my dad, what's Knocking Boots?
He's a man.
Okay,
Y'all remember that song, Knocking Boots?
So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember asking my dad, what's Knocking Boots? He said,
right, so they were a little more discreet.
So
they were a little more discreet. Now you got.
Conversation.
I want you to hit that little dangly thing that's in the back of my throat.
I'm gonna throw a wrench into this conversation. Do you feel that the reason why women are making music like this clashes with the women empowerment movement when it comes to young ladies in this world, and that was the reason why the music got so much flack.
Do we think it clashes?
Could be.
With the younger women, teaching younger women to be empowered, and the fact that people like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, some of Megan Thee Stallion's videos, they are out there shaking their ass half naked on national television, and they're saying that that's them empowering themselves. But then when you look at younger women in this world, because they are going to grow up to be women, they are going to see these women preaching women empowerment. But that's not something you would want from your younger females. Yeah, if you're an adult, go ahead, do your thing. But younger females are looking up to these women. Do you think that that is the reason why the song got so much flack in comparison to before, where we weren't doing that back in the day?
We was exposed to, I think,
Depending on how you was raised, a lot of that plays a part in what type of adult you're going to be. Yes, media does influence you, but I know when I was a kid, I didn't like Lil Kim. I didn't like rap. I liked Miss Yelling because she could dance and loved her videos. So I would be at school trying to copy the dance moves. So
I can't stand the rain.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it depends on the child, and that's when the parents have to be that
influencer on their children. And then at some point, your kids will start thinking for themselves. If you raise them right, they'll know. Like I said, I didn't like Lil Kim. I couldn't relate to her. I wasn't about that life. So therefore, I ain't listen to her music. I can't name one album.
But we're in
okay. I know there's one where she like
today where these women can show not only their music, but their personal lives and how they move around. Back when we were growing up, it was just the music. So what you're saying was completely doable. But today with social media and those same women showing what they're doing in public, with Cardi B coming out and it being a major story about her drugging men and all that shit.
MTV.
Right, but that's a music video. You never
thought
a music video to be real.
I think it's just more exposed now.
But that's why I'm asking, because we're seeing their real life now. It's plastered everywhere. But we want to teach our young women to empower themselves but be respectful, because they're younger. We don't want the world to take advantage of them. Like you said, when they get to a point where they can think for themselves, they're off on their own. They're grown. But for the younger women in this world, the younger young ladies in this world that are looking up to the Cardi B's and the Meg Thee Stallions and the Doja Cats and all these other people,
that's their parents' fault. But that's what she said.
Okay, but that
listen. Hold on. Let me say what I was going to say.
The parents got to take some kind of responsibility in the situation.
My question was, do you think that dynamic that you're saying is the parents' responsibility? I'm saying, do you think that dynamic is what caused songs like WAP and artists like Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion to get the negativity pushed onto them, knowing that we've had sexualized music for generations?
I think that's part of it, but again, what I'm telling you is, if you listen to that song, it's not. There's no room for imagination except of how it feels. The description in that song is so explicit. It's just like when Slim Shady said he wanted to cut off each one of his eyelids and all that shit. People frowned upon that because it was so descriptive that it posed a problem. It left no room for imagination. There was no discretion behind it. So with that being said, I think that's the reason why they got the flack, is because you got these little girls hearing this song that's played on the radio, and instead of them completely changing it, it's wet and gushy. You know what they talking about. My daughters are 14 years old, my youngest two. They know what the song is. They know what it means. They sing the song, but it doesn't mean that they're going to act on it because we raised them different.
Right. I'm not saying that they're going to act on it. I'm just saying the impression of the girls looking up to those artists and artists making songs.
But again, it comes from the home.
I think I want to comment on what he said about the fact that we've been listening to this music for generations. We've been listening to it for generations. The only thing is, before, our parents were the ones listening to it, and it wasn't as exposed to children as it is now.
Right.
But it was. If you think about it, right? Cause fucking
there was so much more control over whether we listened to that.
You had
like
to sneak to
R.
listen to some
Kelly's
of those
12
songs.
play and all that, and even Al Green, like Marvin Gaye, Al Green, all that
to get
stuff.
Those songs.
Prince songs was not appropriate, but sure,
it wasn't.
I know
it was grandma listening to that. It wasn't exposed to us as much as it is exposed to the kids of today.
But even if you compare the lyrics, the reason why I said I think they got the most flack, you compare the lyrics, right? You think of Sir Mix-a-Lot. I like big butts and I cannot lie, right? That's where it started and stopped at. You have Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion saying, I want you to hit that dangly thing that hangs in the back of my throat. That is a lot more descriptive than any song you can name through the early 2000s. Even Mercedes, you ain't gotta say too much. From the look in your eyes, I could tell you wanna fuck, right? They talk in there, but it doesn't go that descriptive.
No,
there's an R. Kelly.
Old girl was
song
singing my neck, my back, look, my pussy, and my crack. I'm sorry. There's an
R. Kelly song that's super descriptive. I can't think of the name right now.
Yeah.
But there's an R. Kelly song, and he's going.
There's a Janet Jackson song.
There's a Janet Jackson. Yeah, Janet Jackson was masturbating on the hook.
The thing was, it just wasn't as exposed as it is now.
Right,
and the kids are the ones that get it first.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying.
They know
that type of exposure, am I saying, do you think that's the main reason pushing the flack, or do you honestly think it's the lyrics of the song?
I'm going to be honest with you.
I don't think it's the lyrics. Go ahead, but.
No, because I was going to say the environment the kids in makes a lot of difference too. You're talking about they're exposed to these things. Yes. And if you have an environment where all the adults around you are singing it, this is the thing, this is just the norm, right? And you think this is just what it's supposed to be, then of course they're going to be listening to this. This is why I said what you said. Parents make a difference. Your environment makes a difference. What are you watching? Who are the adults around you? Yeah, they're going to play the song on the radio and it's going to be on TikTok and it's going to do this. But at the end of the day, who are you watching? Who's around you? What is your role models for real in real life?
How many times you guys play that WAP song in your house with your kids around?
This shit come on the radio?
And the radio.
I don't change it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. He ain't got control over what the radio plays. He can change the station, but he ain't got control over what the radio plays. So if his daughters are out at a friend's house, listen to the radio, and it's just them and their friends, and that song comes on, they're not going to change it because they.
But wait,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they come from that house.
Hold on. He's missing the point.
Okay.
I don't change it. What I do is, reason why I say it comes down to parents, I don't give a fuck what they're exposed to. They've seen porn, they've seen all that shit, right? But we talk about it. Hey, this is what this is. This is what this is. This is what you should not do. This is what should not happen. These are the reasons why you should wait. So it comes down to parenting. Majority of the parents that have problems with these songs are older parents with younger kids who ain't paying attention to their kids.
Yep.
If you sit down and you talk to your children about this song and say, look, yeah, this is a vulgar ass song, but it don't mean you got to go out there and do this shit. It's a difference in you just letting them hear it and then they out fucking now.
And then you're right. Like even the young parents that don't, they don't.
How do you have that conversation if they don't tell you they heard the song until you hear them singing it? That's what I mean.
Because I don't censor my radio.
No, I'm not talking.
I'm listening to Sirius XM.
I'm not talking about that specific situation. I'm saying in general, you're a parent with a child. You don't put up with that bullshit in your house. Your child hears it before you do out somewhere, and you don't find out about it until you hear your child having the song. So you didn't have a chance to have that conversation because you didn't know about the song and you didn't know your child was even listening to that. They heard that while dealing with other people. Now
but
you as a
still
parent,
go back
the moment you
find
out, you have the conversation.
Right, and I get that, but I'm talking about that exposure part. The fact that your child can be exposed to something that you don't want them exposed to without their knowledge. Is that the reason why it's getting more flack?
No. Let me tell you this. This is the thing about human beings. At the end of the day, you're not going to control every little thing they do, see, smell. It's not going to happen.
Exactly.
So with that being said, your home environment makes, my kids can see something and they know already that's not appropriate. Why? Because that's how they were raised. You understand? This is like from when they're younger all the way up to now. Like this is not a one-time thing.
Stuff. Do you think?
So now
that,
with the listen,
the stuff you can't control.
When it comes to exposure,
that
all right, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. My daughter was 12 years old, and I went through her phone and found she had a porn site. I wasn't mad that she had the porn site. I was mad that the porn site was better than mine. Let me say that first. She had a better one than I did. But when I'm keeping it a whole 100. It was better than mine. But what I did was when I found out she had it, I was yeah, I could be a comedian, I know. But when I found out she had it, I then talked to her. Where did you get this from?
Because you know it didn't come from us.
It didn't come from us because that shit better than mine. Now I didn't tell her that, but
like the idea didn't come from us because we don't expose you to that type of thing.
Right.
I'm talking about the
right. So
you got that idea from
you got that from somewhere else. So now once I found out, I'm like, okay, well, what do you think about it? How do you feel about it? Well, here, and then I start laying things on her, and her mom being a registered medical assistant, she got the books. Well, let me show you some of the negative outcomes of what could happen from that.
I got a whole book of STDs showing pictures.
So with that being said, you then are able to you're able to explain it. But most parents aren't parenting.
Okay.
That's what, and no matter how you spin it, EJ, most parents are not
you're
parenting. You're
completely not even answering my question. Y'all are.
I did.
No, you're
she
not.
got exposed to it first. Listen, she got exposed to it outside.
Do you think that that's why the artists are getting
I like I said, the in-between time. I'm not talking about the conversation after. I'm not talking about what you do at home. I'm talking about the parts when you're not around, the shit that happens. Do you think
you can't control
it? We were kids.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because you can't control it and it's so in kids' faces now. Do you think that part played a bigger role in the reason why there was so much flack behind the song?
Backlash.
Or
no.
is it just the words? That was my question. Y'all are talking about
listen.
both ends.
Listen,
no. Specific part.
I'm that specific thing. It's the reason why people are giving backlash is because they are not parenting. It's either that, or two, they are so caught up into religion and stuff like that. It's like, my child would never. And then they find out that their child is doing everything and they have a problem with it.
Okay.
But people have been getting backlash for the longest. R. Kelly got backlash. Mercedes, all of them got backlash. Little Kim, because she said she could make a Sprite can disappear in her mouth.
Right, and that's why I said we've been listening to it for generations, but this stuck out. Like all that, you're right about all that stuff, but this stuck out in our current time like a fucking sore thumb for the fucking month and a half or whatever the song was hot. And that's why I had the question. The song
still come on, motherfuckers is still jamming that shit.
Yeah, but it's not as hot as it was.
It's getting flack because of lack of parenting. It's getting flack because the people that can't control their children is upset about it. It's getting flack because women are singing it. It's getting flack. Should we go on? Because if this was a man talking about what he can do, nobody would bat an eye. Nobody gives a damn.
I completely agree. with that.
Yep.
I completely agree with that.
Because it's a woman.
Because goddamn it, if Cisco come out with a new album talking about blowing some bitches back out, we all gonna be in the club.
Oh wait, time out. If this was somebody without a body, you know, that's sexualized, they wouldn't care either.
Yeah.
Cause she flat and there ain't nothing to look at. So okay, so she's talking about what? All right,
not sexualized.
Because I think that plays a big role in it.
How many female celebrities are not sexualized?
I mean, if you're a celebrity, you sexualize.
Right. That's what I'm asking. Because you said
that don't even make sense.
Name?
Those two go together.
Janelle Monáe. She's not sexualized. I like her.
Bullshit.
I'll get
motherfuckers look at
this.
Motherfuckers look at her.
But she ain't out there as being sexualized.
No, bullshit. Her demeanor and the way she dresses and stuff like that is sexual. The way listen. The way people dress, they
Janelle
put out.
Monáe?
they put out
Yo,
a
she
I don't think you know what I'm talking about.
Go ahead, Google it. Go ahead, Google
She
some
might be
images.
covered in a lot of the pictures that she take.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but-
She's like
but-
covered
right,
from head
but
to
the
toe in a
outfits
lot of
she
No,
wear,
that don't
but the
that don't
outfits she
stop a man
wear,
from
you-
sexualizing women. They got people that got OnlyFans that act like a dog and get sexualized because
Right.
that's the thing now.
And
Like
that-
it doesn't matter
Yeah,
what it is.
a
You could
man
be a
will
celebrity and
sexualize
just take a
anything.
picture of your feet. You're sexualized because there's foot fetish.
There's
Like
there's a
it doesn't
reason
matter.
why there's a law in some states that says you can't have sexual intercourse with inanimate objects. American Pie wasn't just a movie, okay?
Yeah, very true.
Remember that one
So,
time at band
a
camp?
a man can sexualize anything.
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 You
You never had.
All right, moving on. What's the next one? Let's
All right,
let's go.
I got something that's not so serious. I just want to know y'all's opinion on it. If this has happened to you guys, has a man ever taken a normal sound that you make and then turned it into something sexual? And if so, how does that make you feel as a woman?
Can't say that I have.
I can't hear a word Sade just said. Never
Can't
happened to
relate.
you? Never happened?
Can't
Okay.
relate.
Interesting. Okay. I know
Who the
some people
fuck
that
you?
happen to.
Where you get that from?
I have weird friends. I have fucking weird friends. I've met a lot of people
That
in
live
my
inside
life.
your head?
No.
It's where the music comes from that he says. It's playing up there.
Oh yeah.
No. No, I've had friends tell me that. I've had female friends.
All right,
tell
Sade,
me
what
that
you
shit.
got?
All right, so I guess one more before we slide up out of here. We had a listener hit us up about giving it up on the first date. So she's talking to this guy, and he's a great guy, but he hasn't had any for like 5 years. So he already put it out there. If we go out, he expects to get it on the first date.
I respect his honesty.
So she's torn about if she should give it up or if she shouldn't, because he made some good points. He was saying, what's the point of waiting, right? Because, women, a lot of times be like, we want to wait, we want to get to know you. And he was like, this is part of getting to know me. And that's getting to know each other is also having sex. And so, and then he was like, what'd you say? You said, what you want to know? You want to get to know me right now while we're on the phone. So then we see each other, it's on and popping, basically. So what's you guys' thoughts on this?
I mean, sex is part of a relationship. A relationship, you can have a good communication, a good connection, but if the sex is bad, a lot of times relationships in that situation won't work if the sex don't get better. A lot of people can agree to that. So my whole thing on sex on the first date is it's like, well, what could it hurt? Now that's also coming from a mindset of if you're trying to date this person to actually be with this person. Now, if you're just out there just trying to get laid, cool. Get to know that person, wait a couple of days, then do it. But if we're talking, I want to be in a relationship with this person. Yeah, because you want to make sure they ain't dirty. You got to look at their cleaning routine. Get to know them. Make sure they shower on a daily basis. Make sure the nigga wash his dick. Make sure you lift underneath the balls. Y'all ladies got to watch out for that. Some niggas out here, they ain't cleaning their balls, and y'all getting yeast infections. But anyway, that's a whole other damn thing.
That's not where it comes from, but okay.
Anyway, what I'm saying, if you're going to be with a person, if that's your goal, sex is going to be a big part of that, whether you realize it at that moment or not. Because if the sex is bad, a lot of times relationships don't last. So sex on the first date, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not forcing it, but I think it's perfectly fine to have sex on the first date.
What'd you say?
My opinion.
If it's put out there as an expectation and you still go on the date, then you know it's about to go down.
Drop the draws.
So.
All right, what you say?
I don't see a problem with it if you take the necessary precautions like condoms and stuff.
What you say? What you think about it? What y'all think about it down there?
What you think, Tommy?
I ain't going on the damn date then. Hell.
You not gonna go to that?
No, okay.
Why not?
Because you're not about to tell me when I'm about to have sex with you. Hell no. I make that decision. So if I go on this date with you, if I'm trying to get to know you, I automatically have to have sex with you. Peace out. I ain't doing it.
Do you feel the same way?
Oh, yeah, nah. So right now, I ain't gonna believe you anyway. You gonna sit here and tell me that you haven't had sex in 5 years, and then you gonna sit here and tell me I'm gonna have to give it to you on Friday or whenever the date is. Nah, bro, that ain't how this works. And then I'm a hopeless romantic. You just stole the intimacy. Like, you just stole the butterflies in my stomach. Like, things that women look forward to on a date. Oh shit, did he mean to hold my hand? Did he mean to touch me? Oh, that whole that gray area, you don't know what the other person is thinking. Like, that's the exciting part about the date. Like, you just stole that, and now I know going into this, you're expecting some ass. So now I don't want to go on a date with you.
Okay. So here's my take on it. Women, those of you that are listening to this, I'm gonna just be completely honest. All right. In that case, yeah, he's setting the expectations. Like I said, I respect him for being upfront. Mm-hmm. So going into it, you have a choice. Mm-hmm. But as far as the in general of women having sex on the first date, you might as well do it. And here's why I say that. You're not going to get the man's true colors until he get what he wants from you anyway. Yep. That man will pretend for months to be something that he's not until he gets what he wants. So if you give it up on the first date, not saying you have to, but if you do, then you can see what you're going to get from that dude. Now, I'm not saying do that with everybody, because they're
just the ones you really like.
Say that again?
I said only the ones you really like.
Right, only the ones that you really think that you have something. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I know people that put on the front. I know people that will pretend, and they'll tell you everything. Like you said, you're a hopeless romantic. Motherfuckers would do their best to woo you, to fucking pop smoke, like the song. And guess what? He's gonna tell you everything that you want to hear, and then the moment he get it, he cut you off. So now you done got your emotions involved, and now you attached to what you thought was going to happen. And 3 months later, you finally give it up to him, and that's all he was waiting for. So now he gone.
No, he's stuck now. Stuck like
no. Chuck. See, that's what you think.
Yeah, that's what you think.
See, that's what you
that nigga out. He out the door. That nigga out the door.
Got him right there.
He out the door.
So that's what I'm saying. So a man is gonna put on a front. Like I'll hit y'all with one more thing. The reason why female friends, right? My wife believes that there are a lot of females that tend to have the position of, oh, I'm gonna be your friend because I haven't fucked you yet. And she believes that men do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Some people, I believe that shit doesn't happen. Some people, you have friends that are legitimate friends that you would never, even if the opportunity presented itself, you wouldn't do it. Mm-hmm. And they wouldn't do it. And then there are some people that if that line gets crossed, then you have to cut them off.
But generally
in that same token, right? I'll say this.
What your wife said.
You say that about men, but I'm gonna say this about women. If we give it up to you quick, we don't care about you. We're not trying to look at nothing for you. There is no future for you, FYI, for any men listening. If we take our time to try to get to know you and then we give it up, it's because we're actually interested. So if she fucks you on the first date,
that's pretty much what that means.
Right, but my thing, but my thing is,
she got what she wanted. She leave too.
I'm just saying personally, I don't frown upon it. If that's something you do, then you do. That's what I'm saying. But if that's how you get down, that's how you get down. Because like I said, it's an important part of a relationship at the end of the day. Where this one.
So do a person's body count matters?
It shouldn't.
So
I say it shouldn't, but to some people it does.
So you ever heard of the lock and key? No. All right, so let me break it down. This is why it's a double standard, right? So they say, this is the old parable. They say a key that unlocks multiple locks is considered a master key. However, if multiple keys can unlock the same lock, it's
faulty
considered
lock.
a shitty lock. So body counts to me, yes. To some degree, it does matter, especially depending on what you've been through. I'll just put it that way.
It used to matter.
Yeah, so
to
like
me.
let's say you meet a woman, right? She's safe. You know what I'm saying? She ain't never had nothing. She, show you her paperwork. But sometimes when you're drinking and you want to play 21 questions, somebody always want to ask this stupid question, which they know they don't want to know the answer to. What's your body count? And she tell you her body count is 243.
I'm gonna start listening to LL Cool J song "Around the Way Girl" in my head.
So what it comes down to, if you want to know that, most
I
men,
was thinking like 40 was a lot. She said
200.
most. Let me put
She
this
raised
out there.
you
And
203.
EJ, correct
I mean, if
me
you just
I'm
do the
wrong.
math on it, let me get this calculator out real quick.
No,
Most men want to know the
Look at the
body
average.
count mainly because they a lot of men ask those questions because they're insecure about themselves and they want to know where they stack up.
okay.
They want to know. So like you say, oh, how many guys? Now they comparing themselves like, all right, I got to be the best.
So
all that other
And the
shit.
caveat to
I've
that,
only had
they're
3.
asking for the year.
I only
They're
gotta
not
beat 3
asking
guys.
for your entire lifetime.
That's why we lie.
They're asking for the year. If you give them the amount of bodies you had since you've been fucking, most dudes are probably gonna look at you and be like,
Oh, they gonna break 100.
but if
So
you're
no,
talking about
no,
a yearly
this
basis,
year?
this year.
No, let me say this though. The only guys that actually care about that are young guys. Like older guys don't give a damn because they know people been through stuff. Like you've been through life.
That's
So they're
true.
not gonna care about that.
I would say older men, most men don't ask that question. But if a man, the men that typically do is the younger guys. Usually the guys that's in their late 30s, early 40s, they don't ask that question.
Like if I ask that question, I'm
older
fucking
men
around.
learn not to ask questions they do not want to know the answer to. They
Yeah,
want to be
right.
oblivious to your past.
If I ask that
And
question,
here's
I'm just
the thing.
fucking around.
Here's the thing though. Like I said, most men, the young men that ask that question, they ask it because they want to know how they stack up.
Yep.
They want to know, because I'll tell you, when me and her first got together, my goal was to be her best. Like right off the bat. Not taking into consideration of you got to learn how she moves, you got to learn how she function, things to that sort. You got to learn what she like. But it was, I got to be her best right now. And that's how young men think. As you get older, you realize, shit, if I'm getting it and she only giving it to me,
So
I gives a fuck less about anybody from then.
Okay, so ladies, correct me if I'm wrong though. When it comes to a man being the best you've had sexually, more than sex goes into that calculation, correct? Or no?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. I wanted to ask that before I said I was going to say. So, young men, you heard it. Any young guys listen to this podcast, it's not just about sex, you being the best she's ever slept with. So, stop asking that question and getting your fucking feelings hurt because you might not be the best dick she ever had, but you might be the best dude she's ever talked to, the best guy she's ever hung out with, the best friend she's ever had, and that's going to make you number one in her book because it's more than just what you put down in the bedroom.
Okay, and actually to piggyback off of that, right? Because we love you as a person, you become the best because now
Exactly.
we're connected to you. So you're gonna want to learn him. He's gonna want. It's gonna be a.
Yes.
You're gonna want to please that person. They're gonna want to please you.
And
So it's
men-
gonna be a balance.
Yeah.
At least it should be.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And
that sound like
men of
us.
all
Aw,
ages,
that sounds
stop
like us.
acting
Oh.
like
Stop
you
being-
don't
see,
want
I told
the
you.
same thing from your woman. Because there's a lot of
So,
men.
I'll
supposed to act
put
like
it
that.
this way.
Oh yeah.
I'll put it this
No,
way.
I-
I'll tell you right now. The main thing is when you do find somebody, you hold on to them and you make it a competition on who can please who the best.
Yep.
Yep.
Constantly strive. When that person does something, you twist it up and do
Yep.
something.
It becomes a
something better.
competition. Shoot.
Because let me tell you.
One up them on the stuff. That'll keep y'all together.
Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna go into detail, but there was a time. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So
All right. Well, you know what? It has been a pleasure. Thank
Yes.
you guys
Yeah,
for
it
having
was
us on y'all
fun.
show.
I appreciate you
And
guys coming through.
we gotta do this again. We might have to make this like
Of
a
course.
quarterly thing.
We'll-
Battle of the Sexes.
We'll set something up. So that's it for the podcast. Just want to close it out. One last positive thing for all of y'all in relationships, all of y'all looking to be in relationships, wanting to be in a relationship. Like Ami said, relationships are multifaceted. You can't go into it looking for one thing and one thing only. Don't go into relationships single-minded. That is the easiest way for your relationship to fail. Men, women of all ages that do that, stop that shit. It's that simple. It's really that simple.
Cut it out.
It's really that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the DOP Podcast signing off. Once again, it's your boy Flip, his beautiful wife Fintress. We got the beautiful Ami and the gorgeous Sade from It's Frowned Upon Podcast. And once again, I am your host with the most, the one and only, EJ, and we are signing off. Until next time, enjoy life and have a great night. Peace out.
All right. Good night.